Good morning, my friends. This is Marta from Drop of Sunshine, and welcome at my studio. Today, finally, is the day when I have a little bit of a free time where I could play with my own design papers. This is papers I've created myself, and those three up front you just see now. This is a free downloadable file you can print yourself, and I have it for you on a craft world. I'll leave you a link down below in the comment section, and you can go sign up to the craft world and download and print, and I hope enjoy my designs. I also create another free file for you because I thought there is not enough elements to cut on the free file I give it to you for the first time, so I just added on extra as well. So as you can see, I've created this Autumn Fill collection, and I just wanted to create a card from it, and I've decided to use my papers. I'll be making a 8x8 card using those elements to cut, which I've already created myself. I have a few extras as well, but on the first two baskets on the right side I only have the one which I've printed from the free file, and here you can see I have another one set. I've decided to combine my cards with my favorite products from the craft stash, and this is a lovely Daisy May design circle die. I love it. I absolutely adore this design, and there is also another dice in a similar similar style but different shape. And what is more, you could have this Daisy May design die in the bargains just now, because the craft stash has this offer for 5 products from Daisy May for only £25, my friends. So I'll leave you a link for that one as well. I'm also having a few other elements, the dice from the Olga Directorenko from her lovely range called Paper Discovery, and my forever favorite Christina from Card Making Magic, so I'll be using those on as well. I was showing you a little stamp set from the Simply Made Cards and Papercraft magazine, which I'm also planning to use on another card, but finally I've decided I will just use the die as my sentiment. So I'm just chopping a little bit pieces of a paper just to trim them to fit my size, and the first one, it was 8x8 size, but I want to have this very narrow thin white frame all around, so that's why I'm going all over the edges. And I must to tell you, my friends, this guillotine is absolutely like the best tool I've purchased this year, and I just love it. I absolutely love it. And what is more, and I could tell you, my friends, this year the Crafters Companion is celebrating their 15th anniversary. Congratulations! This is a lovely company. They have such many wonderful designs, and I love them, and I love the Gemini machine and everything. They just have lovely designs, and I absolutely adore them. And this guillotine, I think the craft stash store also having a lot of a good deal involved celebrating this 15th anniversary of the Crafters Companion, and I think they have this guillotine in offer. I think it's a little bit larger size because they come with the 2 sizes, smaller and larger, and I think the larger one is on offer, but it's absolutely great. And here you can see a little canvas art I've created using this Daisy May design. I cut it and in a black cardstock and used some gilding wax to make it look a little bit like a metallic element. And now I am creating myself 2 circle panels from the medium size dice. It's not the smallest one, but it's second and a third from the larger. And now I'm just using a simple circle dice just to create myself a frame, because you could use those elements as a frame or as a circle panel, but I want to have this frame, so that's why I'm combining them with the circle dice. So I quite like to do it, and as you can see I did it plenty times, and I just love it, and the stitching design is just perfect. And now a little quick tip from me for you, my friends. If you are placing the die on already die cutted shape, make sure you placing your tape, like a masking tape or whatever you're using to hold the die on this area which you're not gonna be using, because many times when I was trying to take the tape off, it's ripped off the paper. So I'm always trying to place it on this size, which I know I'm not gonna be needing. I will keep those circles because I'm planning to use them on another card, but this is what I like to do. And here I was keep thinking, shall I add the sentiments, because I love this designs stamps from the Simply Cards and Papercraft magazine. However, I've decided to go with the die cutted piece, but I will definitely reach for the set in many occasions working with my design papers, because this autumn days stamps, they just match perfectly. And what I do love about them is that they have so many encouraging words saying that about being thankful, blessed, grateful, things which I really resonate to. So I love that set. So now, as you can see, I'm choosing the sentiment. I was thinking like, oh, what shall I use? Shall I use this or that? May be happy, because I am happy, but eventually I've decided to go with the word thanks, because this is gonna be a thank you card. Actually, I didn't mention that in the beginning, but I really want to make this card as a gift to someone, to say thank you. And I'm hoping you watching it, Cindy, because this is the card I am creating for you, as my way to say thank you, because Cindy, she is my dear friend over the craft world, and she was the very first person who picked up this free downloadable files I've left for you over there, and she print them and she creates such a beautiful cards, not just 1, 2, but I think she's now making the 3 one, because I've seen it on the Instagram post. She is absolutely amazing and such a supportive friend, Cindy, you are. So this is the card for you. And I've probably spoiled the whole surprise. However, I do have a little something extra for you, so it's still gonna be a little surprise, I'm hoping. So I've decided to color myself a little strip of the paper, and this is the paper which I actually, it was something left over from another project, and while I was creating, this piece of paper just fell down on the floor and I stamped over it, so it was a little bit like a mark, and it wasn't really like suitable for using as a white piece, but I've never thrown it away. I'm using my handmade sprays, which I have a video how to do them on my YouTube channel as well, so you can see it over there. And I've just spray it, and I'm gonna be using it to cut the rest of my elements. This is a thing which I really like to create, that I've created myself a bunch of sprays in the different color shades, and whenever I'm creating a card, I can always use one of my sprays and help myself to create more paper for cutting my elements, and that way I am sure that they're matching perfectly. I'm using this distress oxide ink in the color of Salty Ocean, just to get myself a few blue splashes on top of that. And I really love that, working with the oxide inks. They're absolutely amazing. And I have this little piece of a paper. This is just a scrap paper I will use for my another card, and I know it's gonna be a light blue color, so that's why I've already created already painted it. So now I want to add a little bit extra of the sparkliness and shine, and I'm using this gorgeous glitter ink from the Spectrum Noir. I really love using them, and I'm sure that you've seen me doing it plenty times. I'm actually now on a hunt for more colors, because I want to, I've seen it, they have on a craft stash, I've seen they have this lovely a Christmassy color one, and I'm definitely gonna buying that one. Now I'm gonna be using my teeny tiny spellbinder cutting machine just to cut myself a few sentiments, and now I am choosing the best piece of the card which I really like, and I think it will look the greatest for my sentiments. So I'm just going back and forth, and these dies are absolutely amazing. The quality, the cardstock I'm using, I haven't seen that, but for my today work I'm using this linen finish cardstock which is 300 GSM, so it's really thick card, and even though it's thick and sturdy, this dies they just cutting through it like through the butter, so I'm not having no trouble at all. I just go back and forth because it's a heavyweight cardstock, but as you can see it's just die cuts perfectly. So I really like to do that when I'm cutting this sentiments. I always like to do it 2 or 3 times because that way it provides me with that extra dimension and it's give that kind of chipboardy look. I'm also gonna be adding a few extra bits to my card as well. Apart from the elements I cut, I will be using a few other from dies from the Christina card making magic range, but you'll see in a minute. When I will pull out my favorite die, this is a Rose Flourishes from Card Making Magic. This is the design by Christina Griffins I was just mentioning. I absolutely adore this die set and it's just gorgeous, and it has this little branch with the berries which I really love to cut, and many occasions once I cut the die I love to using some Nuvo drops or other kind of embellishment drops to finish it off. I am sorry if my voice is sound a little bit off, but I am struggling with a little bit of the sore throat today, so this is me trying to record the voiceover, but I'm hoping that you don't mind that my voices sound a little bit off here and there. Anyway, Christina has created this lovely flower die, and I will be creating some flowers as well, but firstly I will cut this branch 3 times, and then I will use a different color cardstock to create the flowers. And what I love in this flower die, I have to tell you that once I'm cutting the branches, this die it has the several layers of the petals, and you've got the full like a 5 petal pattern, then 4 and 3, and they have this little like a extra tab on the side so you could glue them dimensionally, and this flower is absolutely fantastic. And here you can see I am cutting through this very heavy cardstock, and this little machine, it does not have as completely as good pressure as the larger one, because obviously it's smaller and not as powerful, but it's still doing really well, because this die quality is just absolutely amazing. However, if it comes for die cutting machines, I must tell you, I hope I'll manage to post a video on a time. Today is the last day when you could enter on the competition, because there is a 15th year celebration of the Crafters Companion, and on this occasion the Craft Stash store has prepared some fantastic deals, and one of them is absolutely over the top. There is a chance to win £300 worth set of the price is worth £300, and it also included the Gemini machine. I will leave you a link down below so you can check this one in case you're watching earlier. And then I think the winner will be announced on their regular Fridays Craft Stash live on the Facebook. So every Friday at 1 o'clock you can see it, and they always have some draw with fantastic deals, so make sure you sign up yourself there. I feel like today I just cannot praise them enough because it's over on that, but as you can see the Craft Stash is really like coming together together with so many wonderful deals, prices and offers that is just fantastic. And I must to tell you, since I've joined the craft world and I have upgraded to a premium membership, which is only £20 a month, I'm getting a 10% off on the every single order. Even if I order something from the bargain section, it's still 10% off, and that's really helped me to build up my stash on of my own craft supplies. So here you can see I'm just taking off these little bits which stay in the sentiment, but they come off very easily. I didn't even have to use any poking tool or anything like that. So this is, you can see more or less the idea for my card today. I have the circle panel, and I will add this sentiment on top of that. And once I have it glued together, the layers, I want to go over with the marker. It would not be working as good as I was expecting, so I will have some other things, like I'll be making another adjustment to fit that sentiment to my need. But now I'm just trying to do a little bit dry run and see if I'm happy with the placement. So I will be start gluing from the bottom panel, the larger piece of the card, and then I will glue the little one on the top, and the top one I will raise with the double-sided foam tape just to give it an extra dimension. I know I'll be posting the card, so I don't want to add too much bulkiness to it. However, a little bit dimension, it's always something which, you know, it makes that cherry on the top, because once your element pop and the card is just visibly looking much more enhanced, I think, and it's just looking nicer. So here I'm just adding the bottom panel with the double-sided tape, and then for the front one I will use the big rolls of the double-sided foam tape, which I'm buying in a hardware store. I always like to add a little drop of the glue underneath my foam tape, just to give it a little bit extra room to wiggle in case I will just not place it straight from the first time. And now I am cutting the strip of the foam tape into very narrow strips, because I want to place them underneath my frames as well, just to raise them up a little bit. And I like to do it with the help of a tape rather than using foam squares, because first of all it goes much quicker, and secondly, if you add 2 or 3 foam squares, your frame could wiggle, but that way, having a very narrow strip of the tape, it provides me support all over the place. And now I want to add the second frame, but I need to remember that on the area where those 2 frames meet together, once I add the foam over there, then on the entire rest of the frame I have to double up the frame, so that way it's not gonna be unstray, because once I glue it on one side, it will already has a piece of the foam. And here you can see I have my little helper in the studio again. It's much harder and harder for me to complete a single project without having him, but he's a joy. He loves crafting, and recently we were sitting in the living room and he just grabbed my hand saying, "Oh mommy, let's go do some collages," and it was so cute. I just love him, and I can't wait for him to be a little bit older so we could do even more like advanced crafting projects together, because he loves the paint, and it's just a pure joy on my heart knowing that my baby is love crafting along beside me. So I like it so much. So here you can see I'm just finishing off his dad take him for a little walk so I could finish the video. And I'm creating these flowers from, I've already cut those flowers, and I'll be just assembling them together. And before I'm gonna do that, I want to glue together all those sentiments I've cut. So I'm having 2 white layers, and then this color design paper on the top of that. However, once I finish and I place the die sentiment over my card, I'm just thinking it's not really popping out as much as I would like to, so I will decide to change the sentiment just to enhance it a little bit extra. You'll see it in a minute. And here I'm adding the second frame, and just a time to create my flowers. So I'm not gonna be using this flourishes, the rose flourishes dies. It gives you a chance to create that 3-dimensional flowers because you have like 4 or 5 layers to each flower, but I'm just using the single layer one because as I've mentioned, I will be sending the card through the post, so I didn't want to make all my elements too much bulky for this project. And now I'm just trying to think like what else could I change to do in term of changing my sentiment so it will be pop a little bit more, because this white border, it's not standing out as much as I would like to. So my first idea will be to color over the sentiment edges with the brownish color marker, but then it didn't went according to the plan. It's not the I knew in my head what I would like to achieve, but sometimes not always everything working. So I've decided to spray it back again with the darker shade with this purpley and browny color inks, and this is it. This is what I was needing. I think the darken up the this sentiment a little bit more, it really makes it pop. Plus now the color matching those brownish tones which I have on my design paper, so everything just come together beautifully. I really love it, and I've been working with the spray inks many times, and this is the fantastic thing you can do. You can always give your project the color you exactly need. So now I'm having a piece of a cord and I'm creating myself a little bow. I don't want to add the ribbon because I don't want to cover any design of the leaves and flowers I've created. So this little like a string bow is just purely for an accent. And I've decided to place my composition on the left bottom corner, and then I will have a teeny tiny bit on the right side, on the right top part of the circle frame. So I took some flower stamens, and I will be creating a 3-dimensional flowers from the smaller flower shape, cut shape from the Christina Card Making Magic die set. And now it's finally the time to put all my composition together. I also want to mention that I've glued a little piece of the florist sizzle on the left bottom corner, and then I will add a little extra piece on the right side when I will be gluing just those 2 leaves and a flower. And here you can see I am just checking whether I'm happy with the placement, and once I think everything it looks good as in the place where I wanted, then I'm adding the hot glue and I'm just attaching my elements one by one. And because my video is basically almost ready, my card is just coming together, and this is just a final touch, me gluing down the composition. I really would like to take a second to say huge thank you to everyone, to all my craft world friends, for your support, for your lovely comments, and such a great and warm welcoming of my first designs. This is the first baby steps to me, and I wasn't sure because like I was keep thinking like, oh, shall I wait, shall I just keep on keep those designs to my drawer and then wait till create more and more. But then I just felt like You're always giving me so much support and encouragement, and that's just gave me that courage to share with you my work. And I am just over the moon. I am absolutely over the moon with your response, my friends. And this is just something which really, really, like, touch my heart, because crafting is my whole like passion, my life. This is the most important thing apart from a family. This is the most important thing to me, and I am dreaming of being able to create on a daily basis. So your support, your love and kindness means so much to me. So thank you so much for everyone who stay with me up till the end of the video. One thing I would like to let you know that I will release the video, and underneath the post with the video on the craft world, once I post the video, I will add another downloadable files for you with those leaves which I was showing you at the beginning. You can see over here it's quite a lot. I think each page it contains around 30 design of the leaves. I mean, like, it's the same design but in repetitive ways, so that way if you print yourself one A4 size paper, you will have a lot to create, even a few cards. So I hope this little gesture it will be something you will be appreciating as well, and this nice addition to the paper which I give you a free downloadable file, it will just complete it nicely. So my card is ready. Thank you so much with all my heart, my friends. Thank you for being here, for watching my tutorials, for your lovely comment and your time. Stay blessed and have a wonderful day and a great weekend, and I hope to see you, some of you, on this craft stash live today on 1 p.m. So stay blessed and see you shortly. Bye bye.